our freshman would be off 2 times, especially as well as he's pitched down the stretch, and he was off. It just one of those things where we could not throw a quality strike, and we're missing up in the middle of the plate way too much, and then it just kind of snowballed on us out of the pen. Did the same thing, and then we got to the right guy, and he started to execute it. Joe Spring was really, really good, and he allowed us to make a run, which was nice. Going in the game, I knew that they didn't have much pitching left, so I would imagine that they would be able to score 8 runs, and then they score in 2 innings. I think that's what it was, 2 innings, 8 in the first and 3 in the third, and then 6-0. So that's the way it goes. But I thought we were going to have a chance to score because I knew that they were going to be really thin, and what we were trying to avoid is the closer because that guy's really good. Haney's a special guy. He's going to be as good as any other closer in the country, but their 1 and 2 starters are good, and I think they're really thin after that. So I thought our opportunity was going to be very good, but we didn't pitch. We didn't pitch well enough in 2 innings, and the game got out of hand, and that was it. And that's the way it goes sometimes.
As much as Alex scuffled, and as much as you wanted something good out of him after Friday night, 3 unearned runs to go along with that.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the wheels just came off. Whatever momentum you guys had, nothing was carrying over.
No, I mean, freshman at third, he kind of mishandled one, and then he, makes a tag play, forgets about the other runner, and it was the OU game in reverse for a couple innings. For us, it was kind of deja vu there for a second, and because uncharacteristically, I think OU's in top 10 defensive teams in the country, and they kick it on us, and we've been playing very well defensively, and then we start to kick it a little bit. But, I try to gather them up and get some composure going, and if we can get the right guy on the mound and get some zeros up, we could make a run. Because I knew we could score, 8 or 10 runs. And, again, we're talking the first couple innings. Right? First inning, it's 8 runs, and it's just out of hand. But we showed a lot of character, showed a lot of heart. The kids kept competing, and it's a 2-run game there late. You get a runner on and blow a ball out of the yard, and there you go. But you got to give DBU a lot of credit. Their offense is very good. I like their offense and their approaches at the plate, and they're very aggressive 1 through 9. They've got some team speed, and you got to give their hitters a lot of credit for making us pay on a lot of mistakes in those 2 innings. But then when we were able to locate pitches with Spring in there, and we got the game under control.
How would you describe the atmosphere in the dugout after that first inning?
We haven't played well from behind, and I would say today we did most of the year. We just, we give up 8 in the first, and then that 3 in the third, so if we don't give up the 3 in the third, then we're walking out of here with a win. So I needed to collect some guys in there and make sure that we're not getting too emotional, because then if you start thinking about what's on the line and then you get away from your execution, and basically I told them, let's not scoreboard watch. Just don't scoreboard watch. Just focus on what you got to do to have a good at-bat and what you got to do to make a good pitch. And if we don't scoreboard watch, we'll make a run. And sure enough, they did. And, and these 2 guys to my right and left have put our program where it has been the last several years. So they're a big part of it, and I'll miss them. And they'll be extremely difficult to replace.
Chris, could you talk about Haney and that 8th inning where you guys had the rally and you had the runners at second and third? He comes in and strikes out your 2 hottest hitters, you and Brandon. I think Rob would probably take you and Brandon in that situation against him, but he won that one.
Yeah, I was just competing up there. I felt like I had a good plan. He started off with the slider, and then he went fastball away. And I knew he was going to come with, some more fastballs because, he throws pretty hard and whatnot. and I was just battling, and got one by me.
Nick, can you kind of just sum up for the team as one of the team spokesmen, kind of sum up your feelings and how you feel right now and how you were feeling after that first inning?
Like Rob said, we just got to keep battling, and that's what we did. We didn't scoreboard watch. We just kept playing one inning at a time. We didn't let that, affect us. We just kept playing hard. Every inning we just kept battling and battling. That's all we can really do.
Well, right now, you guys left an opportunity out there to go to a super regional or maybe even host a super regional. You're just shaking your head.
Yeah, with Chris and Chris and King, I'll have them up any time of the day. Those are our two hottest hitters. Basically, all I try to do is get on base and they score me in. So, I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Yeah. I didn't mean the eighth inning. I meant kind of the first inning. The 3 errors and the pitching and that stuff. That was the opportunity I was talking about. You guys kind of left out there.
Oh.
No, I didn't mean to try to call out.
Oh yeah. Can you say you have one of those innings, but just gotta bounce back.
Coach, what did you tell your team after the game in the outfit?
It goes by so fast, and it's and each day, you just want to take advantage of every day. And you're talking about it. We start school in the middle of August or August 12th, so your first meetings, you're talking about take advantage of that day because in a blink of an eye, we're going to be in a regional in a situation, and if we've done our homework, we'll be able to take advantage of what we got. So, and I think these guys did. How they played yesterday to put us in this situation was special. It was an endurance test yesterday, and these guys, just kept pushing. Especially these two guys, they're high motor, high energy guys, and our team feed off that energy. And so, after the game, you can just tell them that they gave great effort. They were here at 10:30 till 10:30, all day, and then we got 2 guys before today getting IVs again because they're still dehydrated and whatnot. So you tell them you love them. I mean, they put our program back in a championship game. I mean, what else can you say? But you love them and you'll miss them, and I appreciate their effort, and they'll always be a part of my family, and these 2 guys can pick up the phone and call me the rest of their lives because I'll always be there for them.
Take 2 more questions. Did you guys expect more, I guess, out of players I'm talking to, expect more out of Alex today because he had such a short outing Friday? He kind of grew up in the heat in South Florida. This was a kind of a second chance for him.
Well, we always have high expectations for Alex, for Chichi. He's been our guy the whole year, and with a chance to win a regional, I mean, he's been our guy. So, it wasn't his day. It wasn't his day his last time he pitched, but I still wouldn't change putting him on the mound because he got us here. So, it's just one of those things that happen in sports.
It's well said.
Yeah, Chris hit it right on the head. He's our number 1 guy. We're going to put him out there regardless of any situation. We have faith in him, and we're behind him 100%. Even though he's a freshman, he acts more of a senior than most of us, so we would have him out there any day.
Yeah, it's just I told him after the game, you got to remember that these moments are difficult. He can't blame himself. It just wasn't his time. But failure breeds success. He's a freshman, and he'll recover, and he'll be very, very good down the road. But make it clear we would have no opportunity to be sitting right here without that kid.
Was it expectations that were unfair to you guys? Did you have your own expectations that you didn't meet?
We expect to go to Omaha.
I don't
That's
want to say it's wrong, but first inning y'all laid an egg. Defense, balls are bouncing all over the place. Alex, your best pitcher, didn't have it.
Mhm.
Was it double elimination? Losers bracket. Was it all that stuff just kind of piling up?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you got a freshman at third, and you got a freshman on the mound, and sometimes you make freshman mistakes, and unfortunately, it's in a regional. But again, without TJ or Chichi, we don't have this opportunity. I mean, you want to say lay an egg or whatever, but if you saw where we were to start the season, and then where we end up now, but I mean, make it clear. I mean, this isn't our first rodeo. We've been in, how many championship games, John? You probably know more than I do. 5, 6 of them. 6 out of 8 years. So it's not like it's unusual to be in this situation. But, each year the team revolves. I mean, it just, your guys are coming in, coming out, and you only got a handful of guys returning, and now freshmen are going into that situation. But I think from the outside looking in, you're looking at ORU's in the championship game, but we got new guys. It's not like the Yankees where you're returning Jeter and those guys have been there and done it before several times. And this guy's trying to do it for the first time. So, whether it's pressure, whether it's, something physical, mechanically, or, it could be a numerous things. It's just part of the game. And you gotta take the good with the bad. And, but our goal at ORU, regardless of what anybody else thinks, is we want to go to the World Series. That's our goal. And I think it's realistic due to the fact that we've been in that championship game 6 times and gone to the Super Regional once. We don't have football. We're a small private Christian school, but I think we're very competitive. I think we were competitive in this regional, and I think we've been competitive in other ones. So, my thoughts is I'll go anywhere, play anybody, anytime, and we'll continue to do that to prepare for these moments. But we don't have. We don't have the budget of the state institutions. We don't have some of those things, and that's okay. And we like it the way it is. So you'll see us again.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you guys coming.
Well, I'd like to start with something we've done as a team every day all year long. Is the first thing we do before we stretch and start a practice or start a game is a player says something they're thankful for, and I think it'd be appropriate for me to do that right now. And our fans were unbelievable how much they supported us in this regional. Just that atmosphere, even in that last game there with the 8th inning when Chris came in and got those 2 punch outs. I felt like we had a big home field advantage there, and so thankful to the fans, and most of all, just thankful to God for the opportunity he gave us and the abilities that he gave these players. And our goal coming in was to try to win this thing, and but even more than that, we wanted to honor him with the way that we played, and hopefully we did that in this weekend.
Dan, just trying to put into words kind of what this means, especially group of seniors you had who were freshmen when you first came to the tournament, played big roles for you guys, and just being Division I independent, and all of a sudden being in the Super Regional 2 wins away from Omaha.
Honestly, I don't know that's really sunk in a whole lot right now. You just get so focused on the next game and the next pitch, and couldn't be more proud of those seniors and what they've done to our program. They've turned it around. It's always been a great program at DBU, but this is obviously a whole new level. And like you said, Chris here was a big part of that team in 2008 that got to a regional, and so I'm just really proud of him and Jason Kruzan and Brandon Williamson, Tyler Robbins, all those seniors that really took us to the next level.
Chris and Landon, when you guys signed here, what did you expect?
Go ahead.
All right. I was from the Dallas area, and I came on a visit, and Coach Heath was, and Coach Freeling. We went out, and they were open. A big thing was player development, and they said, we have a thing. It's 1% better. It's can you get 1% better every day? And as a smaller school and a not so big program, they really focus on trying to get us where we're excelling 1% every day, and maybe if we keep doing that daily throughout the season, we can surpass some other teams. And they're really big on player development. They do a great job of teaching you that there's a little more to the game of baseball than just what goes on between the white lines. And I think tying faith into baseball, it was a huge step for me coming to DBU, and I'm very thankful for that. And they were very open and honest, and they're straight shooters, and it was a great visit and great decision. I'm very excited about it.
What about you, Landon?
I came from a small private school in Grapevine. It's called Grapevine Faith, and so I wasn't very highly recruited. Like I wasn't a blue chip guy or anything. So when Heath came to see me play, and ultimately brought me on a visit, and frequently throughout the visit, he was not asking about baseball questions. He was asking about my walk with Christ. I'm a Christian studies major and plan on going into the ministry and making ministry a part of my baseball career, just because God deserves all the glory for anything that happens on the field with my career. But having Heath ask me questions about my spiritual walk, and that was something that was the catalyst for me in coming to DBU.
Chris, talk.
Big picture on the field. What did you guys kind of expect once you did get here?
Once we did get to DBU, what did I expect?
Like on the field, yeah, expectations.
My first practice, I didn't have a baseball field in high school, and so we didn't have we hit fungo on the soccer field and hit in the cage, and so I didn't know what cuts and relays or anything. Bunt defense, I'd never done that before in my life, and Chris can tell you I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But talk about a coach right here that is full of grace, and he really helped me, stuck with me and was coaching me every step of the way and making sure that I understood where to be. And he's very good about not giving too much coaching or not giving too little coaching. He gets right in the middle, and when something happens, he addresses it right then and says, hey, let's fix this small swing flaw, and then so he's really good about being personable with the players.
Chris talked about that situation you came into in the eighth, trying to run second and third, and probably the sort of moment that you dreamed about being in that situation against their 3-4 guys.
Yes, sir. I mean, they brought Brandon out in front of me, and he always competes well. But they told me to, in case any situation comes out, to be ready to come out of the pen. And all year he's been feeding me actually really the whole team that you really gotta want to be in that situation. You gotta try to live for that moment and just have that relaxed intensity, that calm and joy, and just try not to get 2 up or 2 down. Just try to be just confident. Because I know they had Elder, was it Elder, and who's the guy after that? King. All right, yeah, the 2 lefties. Yeah, we saw them hit BP. They had lots of power in BP. I figured they'd want to twist on something and drive the ball. I was just trying to make them think fastball out, try to jam them in, and then mix in a breaking ball. I like to try to dump it off the back ankle, something Coach Keller's really brought to me this year. I'd never heard of the wrap slider. I'd always been attempted a back door to lefties, and that hard wrap slider down and in has really opened up a new way to attack left-handed batters for me, and it's been great.
What did that feel like to strike those guys out in that situation, knowing that was probably their best chance to score?
Oh yeah, y'all probably saw it coming off the field.
Yeah, I want you to talk about it. That was pretty exciting.
Yes, sir. I do. I get really excited. I'm a very emotional guy. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, but it's just like you said. It's that overflow of joy. It's like you're excited, but it really is. In the past, I'd played baseball many times, like solely trying to do it myself, and it's just like I'm sure every other guy on this team has, and we've all crashed and burned. And there's something over the last couple of years, especially with the coaching staff, and just there's no exact burden on me. I don't want to try to be cliche, but it's really a much bigger picture than what's going on those 2 outs, and I think that's just enough to keep you relaxed and calm in those situations. But once the situation's over, I'm very likely to erupt, and that's the feeling. It's just an overrun of joy and excitement, and just an overall blessing. It was awesome.
Dan, their ace goes out, and he's not very sharp, and you guys hit him around, and they kick the ball around 3 times, 3 errors, 300 runs. That's a gift in the first inning, isn't it? I mean, you all did a good job of taking advantage of mistakes, but you don't expect that in the championship game of the regional, I wouldn't think.
No, definitely not, and especially not from a team like Oral Roberts. I have the utmost respect for that team and that coaching staff, and I know one of the tournament directors was talking to me before this started and just said how this was such a tough regional, and any one of these 4 teams could have won this thing. I didn't feel like Oral Roberts was a number 4 team. I mean, they're a really, really good team, and they were especially hot down the stretch. I think they won 16 out of their last 19 games or something, and been playing great baseball, just watching them through this tournament. So that was really uncharacteristic of how they play. So I'm glad we were able to take advantage of it, because you're not going to get those opportunities from a team like Oral Roberts very often.
Chris, Landon, has the fact that you guys are this close to Omaha really set in yet?
I'm going to go with no.
We're definitely a one game, one inning, one pitch at a time type of team, and I think our best shot to stay that way.
And how did you guys get here?
Honestly, it's kind of what they talked about earlier. We have to be, at Dallas Baptist and just totally focused on development and taking guys. And we tell them when we recruit them, our whole goal is we want to get the most talented players we can. And, whatever your ceiling is, when you come in, you're here. And our goal is how close can we get you to that ceiling? And it's just it's an everyday thing. We say we're not gonna stop having that focus until the season is over, and our mentality is that if we do that every single day, we're gonna pass some of these bigger programs up. If we can really get 1% better every day, and I think this team's done that. They've got an incredible work ethic, their character, and not just the way they practice, but the way they did things off the field too. I think that allowed us to keep getting better through the year. And there was a point about halfway through the year where it wasn't looking real good, and they just kept plugging away and showed great perseverance and just stayed positive. And our team chemistry was outstanding. And I think all those things allowed us to get to this point. And honestly, at the same time, I don't want to call it luck either, but it's just. I think there's so many good teams in college baseball, and we've seen it a number of times in the past. Like if you get hot at the right time, good things can happen. And fortunately, we got hot at the right time, and just you can almost pick out a specific play in each game. In the Oklahoma game and the TCU game, that was really allowed us to be in this position. That's how narrow the margin of victory is, and fortunately for us, this time we came on top in those tight situations.
You mentioned that
more questions.
Getting better. What is there anything else you guys really feel like you have to get better at to get to Omaha and get past whatever you end up seeing on the other end?
Definitely, I think as a coach, you're always looking to what's the next step with our program. What do we need to do to get better? And I think we're getting great players right now, and it's just everything. It's facilities. Our facilities have gotten better every single year, and we've seen how that's helped us get better players. And we'd like to see that continue. Obviously, a conference is something that we're shooting for, and I think that would be a great next step for our program as well. But again, like we've said all along, if the conference doesn't happen for us, we're in a great place to be an independent. And I think this really. 2008 and then this year and be able to make this next step, I think really adds some validity to our program and what you can do as an independent.
Landon, how important is it for you guys to have success in the regular season against Oklahoma, TCU, for moments like this? How big is that for you guys to be
Like
ready
talking about that carrying over as like momentum here.
Yeah.
So like
Just
success
knowing
in
that you can hang with those guys.
Okay.
Not only hang with them, but beat them.
Understand. Like Haney was saying earlier about us taking one game at a time. Our responsibility as Dallas Baptist Patriots is to play the game, not the opponent. And so when we look across in the dugout, it's Oklahoma's playing baseball and we're playing baseball too. And so it's not us versus them. It's about us playing the game, is the way I see it. And like I said, I wasn't very baseball savvy when I first came to DBU, and Heath has done a real good job of coaching me through that and helping me become more baseball savvy. And I'm not going to claim to be baseball savvy right now, but
Still got ways to go.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's bad. But just with that in mind, just playing the game and not the opponent, just that mindset really takes a lot of pressure off of looking in the dugout and seeing a first round Matt Perk, an unbelievable pitcher, and he's got big league stuff, and we're not playing him, we're playing the game. And so if we play the game the right way, we feel like we have the best chance to be in the best position to win.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Your final catcher was Miguel.
Yes, sir.